Your 20s can hit you like a truck. One minute you're in school thinking you have all the time in the world, and the next minute you're 28, you're burned out, underpaid, and wondering where the last 5 years went. Nobody warns you how fast it happens. Nobody tells you that doing everything right doesn't guarantee anything. And nobody tells you that if you do the right things in your 20s, it dramatically increases your chance of good things happening for your life than if you screw up your 20s. Some things you just have to learn the hard way. Today we're going to get into the 20 harsh truths that you'll learn the hard way in your 20s. Please like, comment, subscribe if you like this type of content. I'm simply a 29-year-old idiot from Wisconsin who makes crappy yet profound YouTube videos. Harsh truth number 1 is nobody's coming to save you. Not your job, not your parents, not your degree. Most of us grow up believing that if we just check the right boxes, life's eventually going to take care of itself, but the truth is nobody's handing anything to any of us. Your boss doesn't care about your dreams. Your parents can't walk the path for you. You have to become your own rescue plan because society is tough and it's up to you. The moment you stop waiting for this external validation from society, from mentors, relationships, that's when you actually start building momentum. It's a harsh but freeing one, is that you're all you've got and that's enough. Like nobody owes you anything. You got to go and get what you want for yourself. And the faster you take full responsibility for your life, the faster everything changes. When I look at all the successful people in my life, they all believe firmly in controlling the narrative and that when they wake up in the morning, they can control what they accomplish and they fight as if they're the only one in the arena. Take radical responsibility, fellas. Harsh truth number 2. Doing everything right does not guarantee your success. You can do everything right in your life. You can get a degree, land the job, follow the rules, and still end up feeling lost and broken. That is happening to a ton of people nowadays as the traditional career ladder is breaking down right before our eyes. We were raised to think that success was a straight line. You work hard, you go to school, you land a nice, safe career, but the game completely changed and no one's updating the instructions. And the system actually benefits when you stay confused and you chase things instead of purpose. Well, here I am. Here's why I learned, and I'm updating the instructions for you. I think you need to deeply think about what success means to you. For me, it's flexibility, it's chasing my passions, it's having financial freedom and investment income to cover my lifestyle. And the system really nowadays is rewarding people who adapt. With these new tools coming out, we can leverage the internet, we can leverage AI, which is basically a personal assistant in our pocket. And there's really no excuse to not be a creative nowadays. The truth is, luck also plays a role, timing plays a role, but you can either keep playing this outdated game or you can start writing your own playbook and use these new tools to your advantage. Harsh truth number 3, the biggest scam in your 20s is thinking you have time. The biggest lie that everybody hears in their 20s is, oh, you've got so much time, you can figure it out later, that eventually you can grind and you'll save money someday, you'll delay investing, and you'll chase that dream after things calm down. Well, guess what? Things really don't calm down. If you think this way, then suddenly you're going to be 28. The people who took all the action are going to be miles ahead of you, and you're just still going to be in planning and thinking mode. Time doesn't stop for indecision. Every day you delay, your potential future gets smaller and smaller. Even with investing, time is everything. It's literally the exponential factor in the investing equation. And even waiting 5 years can impact you to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you keep waiting and keep procrastinating, you might need to let some of your dreams die in your 30s and 40s. And that's always been a scary thought for me. You don't have to have everything figured out immediately, but you do need to start now because 5 years from now, you're either going to thank yourself that you started and took action today, or you'll be heavily regretting and wondering where time went. Procrastination really feels harmless and it feels easy until you realize that there's no more escape. Now you don't even have the option. I had this wake-up call in my 20s that if I don't move now on my dreams, this is not going to work out for me and I'm going to have to go back to doing what I don't want to do. Harsh truth number 4, time moves much faster after 25 and nobody warns you of this. When you're a kid, a year feels like forever. Like I remember going from 13 to 14 when all the Call of Duties would come out and it felt like every year was a whole big, huge adventure. Then after 25, years go by so fast. It's like insane. I mean, science proves that this is due to our perception. Like each year just doesn't add that much more. Like you're adding 10% of your life going from 10 to 11 versus going from 20 to 21. It's only 5% of your life. So basically, our perception completely changes as we get older. And I've really noticed how fast months and years go by. I mean, you start to just realize time accelerates, responsibilities pile up, distractions multiply. Before you know it, you're just living on autopilot, coasting through life. So that's why urgency matters, fellas. You can't wait to feel ready anymore because time's not waiting for you. Yet every day you hesitate's just another day that you'll never get back. You don't need more time. You just need to focus on right now. You're not going to notice how fast life's moving till it's already past you, sadly. Next, let's get into a few harsh truths relating to career and money. Harsh truth number 5 is that most people settle for mediocrity and then they stay stuck for decades. Too many people allow themselves to get lulled to sleep in a situation that they're not thrilled about. They find themselves in a situation where they kind of feel neutral about the work they do, and they work hard enough just to not get fired, and then they get stuck. They show up, they do the bare minimum, collect a paycheck, and then call it stability. But deep down, they've sold their dreams for comfort. The golden handcuffs, they call it. You can make 80 grand a year and still be completely broken on the inside. A lot of people confuse being busy with progress, grinding for promotions, sitting in all these meetings and doing the busy work just to stay at work. I never wanted to be that person. I wanted to control my own destiny and do what I want to do with my days. I was making a lot of money in my job, but I felt broke on the inside and I needed more fulfillment. So you can either spend your life building someone else's vision or finally start building your own. The longer you chase the safety and the comfort, the harder it's going to be to chase the freedom. You basically need to decide in your 20s if you want mediocrity or something more. And that's a decision that's almost entirely up to you. Harsh truth number 6. Being valuable matters more than being passionate. So everybody tells you, you got to follow your passion. I'm sure I've even said that a billion times on this channel. But a lot of times that's not how the real world works. Passion is great, but skill is what gets you paid. In your 20s, you really should focus on chasing value. How do you become valuable in the marketplace? You get rewarded with in terms of real dollars. You get rewarded with the value you bring, not your enthusiasm. It's going to give you options. I chose a career in computer science, and that made me very valuable in a tech-driven world. You can love music, but if you can't, produce, mix, market your music, you're just another dreamer. Your 20s are about stacking up those skills that are going to make you useful, not just some inspired guy. You have to actually go and put in the work, build that leverage, because then those good opportunities are going to find you. Harsh truth number 7, and is pretty closely related. Your degree isn't the best leverage, but your skills are. So your degree might get you into the door, might get your foot in the door, right? It might get you an interview or a connection at a company, but it's not going to keep you in the game. Leverage in the workplace doesn't come from the papers, all the fancy papers and diplomas sitting on your wall. It comes from the proof, and a degree is just one part of that. You need to have real-world success eventually. And the world, honestly, is moving very fast. It's moving away from a lot of these outdated credentials. So you have to constantly upgrade your skills, or you're going to wake up one day, realize you've been replaced by someone hungrier than you and doing more work that's not required of them. I think AI is slowly killing college, and the marketplace slowly but surely is getting rid of these credentials, and it's going to care more and more about results. So you're either going to be improving or becoming irrelevant. There's no middle ground here. Education ends when you stop learning, not when you get that diploma. Harsh truth number 8. Hard work matters, but positioning matters more. So we always grow up hearing that hard work always pays off, but it's not that simple, right? We live in the real world here. Some of the hardest workers on the planet are broke. Hard work only really matters when it's aimed in the right direction and when you're in the right position. Positioning means, just being in the right rooms, like working on the right projects with the right people at the right time. That often decides who wins. You could be a totally mediocre guy, but if you can get in with the right group of people, you're going to elevate to their level. You're going to become great. That corny quote that everybody always says, which is luck is where hard work meets opportunity, is so true. Like, you need the hard work, but you also need the opportunity. And that's where, positioning helps. You got to stop grinding blindly, work strategically towards a long-term goal. Hard work gets you in the game, but positioning wins it. So try to think as many moves ahead as you can and get yourself in a position to find these good opportunities. Harsh truth number 9. Money is not going to fix your problems. Everybody likes to think that money is this magical solution that's going to make you happier and great. And, it's true to an extent. Like, once you get enough money to have that peace of mind, the happiness does taper off for almost everybody. When you have a broken mindset around money, it's not going to matter how much money you have. If you're lazy, if you're insecure, if you're just using money to chase validation, more money is just going to amplify the chaos in your mind. You'll just end up blowing your money on the wrong things, the dopamine hits, the stupid things to impress people, because you're trying to fill a void that money can't touch. True wealth starts with the habits and what you put in your mind. Fix that, and every dollar is going to start working for you, not against you. Money just simply magnifies who you already are, so build the right foundation first. Harsh truth number 10. Comfort is more dangerous than failure. So failure hurts. Everybody watching this has probably had some failures. I certainly have had my share. But being comfortable will kill you slower, but much more effectively than failure. Like, at least failure teaches you something. Comfort just slowly drains your ambition until you wake up one day just numb and rotting away in a situation you don't want to be in. The faster you seek to make yourself uncomfortable, the better. Otherwise, you'll just do nothing. You won't be, a developed character in the game of life. Like, this is evident in your career, even dating. It's like super evident that, and even me, if I didn't take the risk and approach this woman who is now my wife, I'd still probably be a single guy grinding the dating market, doing who knows what now. So when you stop taking risks, you start settling. And the worst of all, there's people who are in this comfortable state. They'll start convincing themselves they're happy when deep down they know they're stuck. So comfort disguises itself as peace, but really it's just a decoy. If life feels too easy, you're probably not growing. Failure is what makes you stronger. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And comfort makes you forget that you were meant for more. Harsh truth number 11. You'll never feel ready. There's never going to be a right time, but you have to move anyway. Everybody waits for the perfect time to do something, to start a business, quit the job, make the move. But here's the truth. You're never going to be ready. You know it. I know it. Readiness is a myth sold to you by the fake news media to keep you comfortable. Clarity doesn't come like when you're thinking about acting. It comes when you're acting, when you're trying things. Y'all, oftentimes, at least with me, when I've taken the dive, you figure it out after you start, and you learn after you start and take the risks. Every step forward, or even in any direction for that matter, is going to help you, while standing still just kind of feeds your doubt and makes you overthink more. So stop waiting for this confidence to magically develop. You got to build your confidence by moving. You got to move. Harsh truth number 12. Most people fail because they never stay consistent long enough. A lot of people aren't failures, they're just quitters. They give up right before things start to work. Success doesn't look like, this grand, amazing thing where you just have money pouring out of your bank account. It looks like taking a little bit of action each day. Like that super ripped guy at the gym. Like, do you think he just got those muscles overnight? Same with that guy who has 10 million subs on YouTube or brings in $1 million a month on his business. It took weeks and days and months of just daily grind. Your 20s are really where you have to suffocate excuses because you need to be disciplined to get this stuff, and you need to not give up and pursue things over a long time period. Every day you show up and work over a long time horizon, it's like compound interest. Eventually it's going to pay off. You'll never feel like it every day. Like, you got to push through it. There's days where you just do not want to work, do not want to, record a video, don't want to go work out. But the ones who show up anyways are going to be the people who go and get to that next level. You can either live for comfort now or freedom later, but not really both. The difference between being good and being great is who keeps showing up after that excitement fades. Harsh truth number 13. Don't look for shortcuts. Look for small wins. Everybody's chasing shortcuts. Everybody's trying to get rich quick stuff that I talk about a lot. The viral growth, the fast money, instant results, the magical weight loss drugs, whatever you call it. But shortcuts rob you of the foundation that keeps success from collapsing later. Like, the truth is, like, the small wins, those daily actions are what build the confidence, turn you into that character you need to be, and compound your progress. Like, if you just magically gained $1 million overnight, if you're not educated on how money works, it might be a little bit tough to keep that. Don't look for shortcuts, look to build yourself, and then that's going to create the momentum you need to succeed in life. Harsh truth number 14. You can't build a new life while clinging to your old identity. You can't step into your new life while dragging your old self behind you. This is something I've struggled with a lot of the time. I'm a big, nostalgia guy. I love old video games. I love staying home for too long. And, I'm a creature of comfort in many ways. But a lot of this stuff you have to let go of. Like that older version of you that you loved and those times in the past that were great. In high school or college, maybe times were amazing. Again, all these great video games and great friends. That's all in the past, and you need to form your future. Growth feels like loss because it is loss. It's like the death of your old identity. But that's the price of getting to the next level. Sometimes the hardest part of growth is you got to say goodbye to the person you used to be. And that's just a requirement of life, whether you like it or not. Next, let's get into some harsh truths about people and relationships. Harsh truth number 15. You're going to lose friends who are only around because it was convenient. What I've noticed in my 20s is that your friendships evolve and change a lot. And not because you or they did anything wrong, but because a lot of times you go different directions and grow in different directions, and that creates distance. Like, a lot of people were only around because it was convenient. I mean, think of how many people you saw on a regular basis in college and high school. And then, you move away and people change and people get married, and that's okay. That's normal for everyone. Even some of my best friends, I feel like I see them only a few times a year with my lifestyle now. I mean, the best man at my wedding, I probably see him like 2 times a year now, given our lives, which is sad, but that's just the reality of life. Everyone changes, and not everyone's meant to do what you're doing, right? So it's not about letting go. but let go of the fact that life is different. It's going to be different. Your relationships are going to be different, and make room for people who are kind of on the path with you. Outgrowing people or drifting apart doesn't mean you're better or worse than anyone. It just means your lives are changing, and that's a harsh reality of your 20s. Harsh reality number 16. Most people aren't thinking about you. So a lot of people in their 20s, I think a lot of people in their 20s seek validation. They spend so much energy worrying about what people are going to think, or oh, if I start this business and quit my job, everyone's going to think I'm an idiot. But here's the truth. They're not thinking about you. Everybody's too busy fighting their own battles, doubting themselves, or scrolling away their time. Even if you do something stupid and embarrassing, they're going to laugh at you for a little bit. Ha ha, that was really stupid of him. Then they're going to forget and go upon their lives and think about their own problems. So stop living for other people's approval. Start living for your own peace. If you're going to, do something crazy, like start a business or follow your dreams, a lot of people won't be able to relate to it. And you'll find freedom the day you realize that nobody cares. Just do it. Harsh truth number 17. Relationships often don't fail from big moments. They fail from neglect. So relationships, and this goes for, romantic and friendships, they rarely collapse overnight. In some cases they do, but usually they die slowly from neglect, laziness. How many people on your phone do you look at how often you text them? It's literally just on their birthday or something. You just haven't seen them in a while. A lot of times people just lose touch. And that's another part of growing up. A lot of the small things that you ignore would erode human connection. You forget to answer someone's text. You don't reach out to someone. You don't support someone. So reaching out to people is important if you want to keep that connection. Even minimal communication, hey, how you been? I saw this thing. I thought about you the other day. Just goes a long way. If you want something to last, you got to water it once in a while, not when it's already dying. So consistency keeps friendships alive, keeps your love alive. Neglect buries it quietly. Harsh truth number 18. Who you're with determines the happiness of your life. The people around you are either just going to drain your energy or they'll define you and elevate you. Who you're with shapes your habits, your values, even your peace. You can't build a calm, meaningful life surrounded by a bunch of chaos. You got to, pick the right circle because your life actually does depend on it. The right people just make life lighter and more fun, and the wrong ones make it more stressful and heavier. And this also applies heavily to dating. Who you date and finally marry is ultimately the most important decision you're going to make in your entire life. And people are very fast to give up and not take it seriously. So make sure that you're with people with good long-term views, that they're not people chasing what feels good now, but they're actually thinking about the future. Those are my kind of people. Harsh truth number 19. Success is quieter than you think. So people often think that, having success is awesome, being this YouTuber is this glamorous, amazing job. But then what they don't see is the quiet and tedious work, the script writing late at night, the recording in a room by yourself, which never ceases to be awkward. You're just talking to yourself. Studying analytics and getting better and putting in the work to see what videos are doing well. Real success kind of whispers. It's what you do quietly. And the loudest people are often the most lost in this game. The world's just full of noise, highlight reels, fake confidence, and endless advice from people who haven't even done it themselves. So don't get fooled. Sometimes the people who are the quietest have actually done the most. All you can do is quietly focus on your craft and then let your results make the noise. When I made this YouTube, I honestly didn't tell people until I got to 10,000 subs. I was literally just going to keep it a secret because I don't want to be loud about anything until it works. I want my results to speak. The people moving in silence aren't necessarily hiding. They are probably just building. Harsh truth number 20. Your phone is the greatest thief of your 20s. It's not the world that's holding you back. It's TikTok. It's Instagram. Every minute you spend online wasting your time is a minute you're stealing from your future self. Your phone, sure, it's fun to use it, comfort, distraction, dopamine, but it robs you of a lot, and I think you know that. It's basically an escape and a distraction. Don't waste the best decade of your life watching other people live their lives. Your phone is not just stealing your time, it's stealing who you could have become. Hopefully this video can be a little bit of a wake-up call, but just to sum it all up, your 20s aren't supposed to be easy, and a lot of times these are the years that break you down. But the good thing is, they rebuild you into something stronger. Sometimes you need to learn things the hard way. You need to lose friends, waste time, fail, restart, and question everything, because that's how it's meant to be. Every harsh truth is a chance to wake up and stop blaming, stop waiting, and start creating something, because someday you're going to look back and realize these were the years that shaped everything for you. So start moving out there, fellas. Nobody's coming to save you. The second you take full control of your life, everything's going to change. Your 20s are going to test you, but if you survive them with purpose, your 30s and beyond are going to reward you with amazing everything. Questionable conclusion there, but hope you enjoyed the video and have a great week, everyone.